Hope is powerful. Studies have shown that people who are hopeful and optimistic have more happiness, that they do better academically, that their businesses are more likely to succeed, that they are leaders who are more likely to accomplish more and have more people follow them. Studies also show that it leads to better health outcomes, that people who are hopeful and optimistic are more likely to make it through difficult procedures and through difficult circumstances. Heck, studies have even shown that people are 50 to 70% more likely to pass the age of 85 if they're more hopeful. I even heard once that on the battlefield, soldiers that are injured show better heart rates and vital signs when they can hear the sound of an approaching helicopter. Hope is a powerful thing. But we need to be careful what we're putting our hope in, because hope deferred, as the Proverbs say, can make the heart sick. We need a living hope. This is what I want you to learn today. That to live in hope, you need a living hope. You've got to think about what you're putting hope in. Because if you put hope in something that dashes your expectations again and again and again, it's going to hurt. If you're always hoping on money to come from the government, like the stimulus checks that are coming in the mail right now, if you're always hoping for someone else to bail you out, you'll eventually be disappointed. Even if you're trusting in the government, who you think, oh, they'll always be there. No, they might not. You may trust in someone you love and care about, but even they may let you down and disappoint you. We have to be careful what we're putting our hope in. We need to put our hope in a living hope. In 1 Peter chapter 1, we read in verse 3, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade. This inheritance is kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of the salvation that is ready to be revealed in the last time." The hope that Peter's talking about is the hope that we can be in heaven when we die, that there's an inheritance waiting for us and nothing can take that away. See, all our other hopes can be dashed when we put our hope in people or a thing or a government or another person. Those hopes can be dashed, but not hope that's put in Jesus Christ. Why? Because Jesus shows us through his resurrection that God has the power to carry through. Because Jesus rose from the dead. That's what we celebrated on Easter. He died and came back to life 3 days later. That's an incredible thing. And because that happened, and because of all the evidence and the proof that was given to show that it did happen, we can trust God to help us get through the hardest things and darkest things. And even if we do die from a terrible situation, whether it's coronavirus now or something that kills us decades from now when we're in old age, that we know that we have a living hope because Jesus is alive. To live in hope, you need a living hope. I remember when Melissa and I went through years of infertility. One of the hardest things about infertility is that every month you can get your hopes up, and every month, like clockwork, those hopes can be dashed. And I remember even there were some months, they were rare for us, there were some months where that reminder would come a little bit later, and we'd get our hopes up even more and more, and then when they got dashed again, oh my gosh, it was so hard. If you're always hoping in things, you will be let down. And what we hope in is in Jesus Christ, because Jesus has power over all things. He is alive right now. He listens to us. He hears us. His presence is with us for those of us who are followers of Jesus. And he promises that in all things, God will work for the good of those who love him. See, God promises to take us through whatever it is. And we know that we can trust that because Jesus is still alive. To live in hope, you need a living